My dad is furious that my mom slept with other people in an open marriage he wanted. March 20th, 2022. My parents got married when they were super young. My dad knocked up my mom, and their parents married them off. My grandfather was able to set up some business for my dad in a big city, and they moved here soon after my birth. My mom grew up in a conservative southern town where she was taught to be a submissive wife. And even after moving to the big city, she didn't spend much time socializing. She had no friends and never went out. My dad was only there to provide for us. He was always away on business, and he wasn't there as a husband for my mom or as a father to me. My dad made a lot of money, so we never lacked anything. Growing up, I became my mom's best friend. We would talk about everything. I pushed her to make friends and to find hobbies. After years of pushing, she started going to a nearby park and made her first friend, a gym trainer. Encouraged by her friend and me, she decided to join the gym. She met a few more people there and started having some semblance of a social life, but she still continued to tell me everything. I think my dad's new secretary gave him the idea, but he asked my mom for an open marriage almost a year ago. He told her he wasn't happy in their marriage and that she wasn't providing him with everything he wanted. My mom, who is a Christian wife, was mortified and told me about the proposal in tears. I suggested she get a divorce, but she said she didn't believe in it, and she wouldn't be the one to end their marriage. As my dad pushed, I knew exactly where this would end up if my mom agreed. Her friend and I convinced her. My mom was hesitant at first, but she agreed with the condition that they would be completely transparent with each other. My dad was a middle-aged 41-year-old man with a belly, and my mom, 39, was an athletic woman who worked out regularly. I'm a 22-year-old woman, BTW. I don't know how my dad was so blind or what he thought would happen. I helped create online dating profiles for my mom almost 6 months ago. After getting an insane number of matches, choosing from them and chatting with them for months, my mom started hooking up with a few people. Getting all this attention has provided a massive boost to her confidence, and she seems better. My dad hooked up with his secretary almost immediately. He's had very little luck with other ladies. With their transparency thing, my mom tells him about all her hookups. A few weeks ago, my dad screamed at my mom for some minor thing. Usually, my mom would have apologized, but with her new confidence, she didn't back down. It's been constant fights the last few weeks. My dad keeps starting fights by making snide remarks about my mom's clothing or appearance. He almost even called my mom a whore, but stopped himself. I think open marriage finally sunk in. My mom told me he tried to have a conversation about stopping their open marriage, but she immediately shot it down. I think they'll split up. My dad was never there for either of us, but the thought of my parents splitting up still feels weird. I don't feel bad for my dad, but I wish he put effort into his family. I'm happy for my mom though. Update number 1. April 20th, 2022. A few days after my previous post, my dad left our home and had a divorce served to mom in a week. My grandparents didn't know about any of this, but my dad told them when he served the divorce. He also implied to them that my mom was cheating on him. Both sets of grandparents came to our home and started berating my mom. I kept screenshots of all my parents' communications and my mom showed them to them, and it got way worse after that. Grandparents started fighting each other, blaming each other's children for causing all this. A few days after this, my mom's old church friends came to our home. Back when my mom used to go to church, they used to look down on her for being from a small town. My mom has always been a very caring and non-judgmental person, so she disagreed with their bigotry, and they began excluding her from their activities. After she met her gym friends, my mom stopped going to church entirely. These church friends started calling my mom a slut, and she kicked them out. My mom is on a cut right now, so she has very defined abs and arms. So, along with all the normal stuff getting thrown at her, my grandparents accused her of having a man body, and she also had a lot of random transphobia thrown at her. Her trainer friend has been a great support through all this. She contacted the attorney she used for her divorce, and my mom is spending a lot of time at her house. Turns out, the business my dad is running is owned by mom. It was set up by my mom's dad in her name, so it belongs to her. I did not know this until now and assumed that my dad owned it. The whole situation is a huge mess right now. Dad is living in some hotel, and my grandparents left yesterday after a week of fighting and trying to force my parents back together. I know there's a lot more divorce drama to come, but I hope it calms down for now. Update number 2. May 13th, 2022. A lot of shit has happened since my last update. Firstly, I wanted to thank all the well-wishers on my previous posts. Writing these posts has helped me process the stuff that's happening, so I'm making another one. My mom's attorney, the one recommended by my mom's gym friend Lisa, has been a great help. She walked my mom through what's going to happen and reassured her. She started looking through the company stuff in preparation for the divorce proceedings, and we found a lot of shocking stuff. I don't know why I was surprised by this, but my dad was having affairs for a long time. He used company resources to book flights and resorts at holiday destinations. There were receipts for many trips with multiple women, spanning the last 10 years. Because he was always absent from our lives, my mom didn't suspect anything. It didn't seem like he made any effort to hide these. He also used the company email to talk to his secretary about the affair stuff. Turns out, they were fucking months before my dad asked my mom for an open relationship. This is what we gathered from their emails. After months of their affair, the secretary didn't want to remain a mistress. So, she started pestering my dad to get a divorce. But they wanted my mom to initiate it so that he could get a massive chunk of the company. The secretary came up with the idea of asking my mom for the open relationship. They hoped that my mom would be horrified and ask for a divorce. They were caught off guard when my mom agreed. My dad got jealous when my mom started having sex. After initiating the divorce, he deleted all his emails and told his secretary to do it too. Unfortunately for him, they were still stored the company email server. I haven't seen my dad in over a month. All of his communication has been through his attorney. He apparently wants half the company. My mom's attorneys are still looking for more evidence, but they told us that they don't expect him to get much with the evidence they have. Lisa has been supporting my mom through the whole ordeal. She also got a divorce because her husband cheated on her, so she's been helping my mom a lot. New update, March 10th, 2026. Hey guys. I was clearing out some saved passwords on my laptop today and stumbled back onto this throwaway account. Rereading my old posts from 2022 was a wild trip. It honestly feels like a lifetime ago. I know it's been 4 years, but since the dust has completely settled and there were also a lot of messages asking for an update, I figured I'd finally post a real update for anyone who remembers this mess. The divorce dragged on for a bit because my dad fought tooth and nail for half the business. But like we found out back then, my grandpa set the whole thing up in my mom's name. Once his lawyers realized that going to trial meant a judge would see exactly how much company money he blew on his 10 years of affairs and the other criminal headaches that might come with it, he folded. He took a sizable make him go away payout to sign the papers and was officially booted from the company. My mom kept everything. She didn't want the stress of running a day-to-day, so she made herself chairman. She hired a real CEO and management team to do the heavy lifting, so now she just oversees the big picture and collects the profits. With all her free time, she actually went into business with her trainer friend, Lisa. They opened a boutique gym together a couple of years ago. Lisa runs the fitness side and my mom handles the business end. She's 43 now, still absolutely shredded, and living her best life. She's also casually dating a guy who is also divorced. They've been seeing each other for a few months, taking trips, and just having fun with zero pressure. She is so completely different from the quiet, submissive woman she was when I was growing up. As for my dad, well, he married the secretary. Turns out when you aren't using your wife's company to fund luxury vacations, life is a lot less glamorous. They live a pretty downsized average life now. I'm 26 now, and I'm very low contact with him. We get lunch maybe twice a year, and it's always stiff and awkward. He still tries to make bitter, passive-aggressive digs about my mom, but I just ignore it or change the subject. Looking back, my dad's genius plan to ask for an open marriage so he could run off with his secretary and steal my mom's company was the best thing that ever happened to us. It totally backfired on him, and it gave my mom the push she needed to realize she didn't need him. Thanks to everyone who rooted for her 4 years ago.